Hello. A lot of people ask me what happens when you have a reading, and so I thought it'd be quite nice if I could just have a little chat about what happens when you come to see me. I always say to people that when I start my reading, I do a general reading, which basically means that I really tune into that person and feel their energy. And by that, I mean I just have a little chat with someone at the beginning and just get a feel of what their energy or their aura is like. Sometimes I can feel the reason they're there straight away. Sometimes, if they're looking for spirit communication, I can feel the person that they want to communicate with come in with them. Not always, but often the case is that I will be able to sense straight away why that person is with me. Now, what I do like to do is to also take the person's hands, because for me, that's how I feel the energy passing over to me and get a better link. And sometimes when I do that, I often see pictures or images that are relevant to that person's situation, but sometimes they might be symbolic. For example, sometimes you might see a horse galloping through fields, or running water, a bridge going over running water. And sometimes these can be quite literal. The person may well ride a horse and feel freedom when they do so. Or it might be that they live near a place where there's a bridge, or they've visited a place where there's a bridge over water. But quite often the symbolic meaning for these things is, with the horse, you feel that that person wants to just escape and be free and just throw off all their problems and worries. And with the bridge going over the water, often, as water is always very emotional, that person's trying to go and walk over or get through a time that's very emotional for them, and maybe literally, feel like they've crossed a few bridges, as we say. So it's really, everybody is different. It's the hardest job in the world sometimes, because you never know why anyone's come to see you, and I certainly don't ask people for information when they book. I mean, I usually ask people if they would like to have a reading about themselves more, which is really a psychic reading, which I use the cards. Or I say to them, do you want more from spirit? Because some people come with a very, very they know what they want, they know where they're going, and if they want to hear from mum or dad, that is uppermost in their mind. I will say to them that I will give them what I get. I can't make things happen. I cannot bring things forward if they're not there. I certainly wouldn't want to either, because I don't feel it's appropriate to make things up to suit the person sitting in front of you. However, I do have to say that mostly, probably about 99% of the time, I get the person that they wish to make contact with. And it can only come from the spirit world. Even though I do sometimes ask people, who is it you want to contact? Because I feel that brings their energy forward. It really has to come from the spirit world. Now, these are what I call mediumistic readings. They're about the person in the spirit world giving you some evidence and letting you know that they're okay, they're fine, or whatever it is that they feel you need to know. A reading from the spirit world does not really give predictions. On occasion, I have given people messages from the spirit world, from a loved one, that will give them some idea of how to move forward, but it is really there for evidence to let you know who it is. So, for example, if I have a lady come through who I feel is the client's mother, I will ask her initially if her mum is in the spirit world, because I really don't want to actually put someone there if they're not there. And that is quite an upsetting thing if someone does that to you. I've had it done to me on occasion. Then I will begin to ask the person in the spirit world to give me some information, give me some idea about anything they can give me to prove to the person that I have with me that it is their mother. I don't always work with names, so don't expect me to give you the whole name of your mum or It might come up, but very rarely for me. That is not how I work. I mainly work with evidence and information. So, for example, your mum might give me a memory link, and a memory link is something really, a, something that you may have done together, or you know about because she's told you about it, or it might be that you remember it, and it might be something really as small as building a sandcastle many years ago and someone squashing it and knocking it down with unexpectedly, or something on those lines. It might just be a tiny little bit of information to start with, or it may be something really, really phenomenal and huge that comes through. And I have had at times some fantastic evidence from the spirit world to give to people, which leaves them in no doubt of who the person is that I have with me. Basically, most of the time it's just general information, just general bits of memory, and maybe I usually feel the person's passing, how they died. So it might be I give you the ailment that that person passed with. It might be that I feel if they've had a bad chest or heart, their breathing is bad because I feel it on my chest. I might get headaches, which gives me indication that there was some head injury or something in the brain. So it's really a case of making that connection the best way that I can. So when you have your connection with the person in the spirit world that you wish to hear, they may not tell you everything. They may tell you what you want to know, or they may just give you general information. Please don't come expecting for me to solve all your problems with the family. It won't come necessarily. You may get a little bit of advice, but it will not be an absolute solution. I have had people come to me who have a member of the family in a very bad place and in their life, and emotionally and mentally, and expect me to be able to tell them from their father in the spirit world what they should be doing and where they should be going. And I'm afraid it doesn't always work like that, very rarely. If you're coming to see me for a reading about yourself and things that you would like to know about, for example, a job or a relationship or family issues or anything to do with your own personal life, that is what I call a psychic reading. And I will usually use my cards. I use 2 packs of cards. I use Rider-Waite and Osho Zen. And through the cards, I like to think they tell me a story. I will never ever tell anyone what they should do. That is your destiny and that is your prerogative. But what I will, and I do, is to tell you the way and the options that are open there for you, and give you some idea of how it will end up or what will happen if you follow your options or you follow the lead that I give you. You must remember that I can't change things for you. I'm only the medium, if you like, and that's where the word comes from, to give you this information. I'm not going to solve your issues by a stroke and a wave of a magic wand. I'm sorry. If that's what you want, I can't do that for you. It's only down to you and the universe at the end of the day. I hope that's been a little bit helpful, and I will be putting some more tips on my page. And if anybody would like me to do anything specific and they're interested in finding out anything specific, please contact me through my website. Thank you.